Hello students, today I will tell you about the electrostatics, the first chapter of class 12th, and in electrostatics we study about the static charge or the charge which is at rest or which is not moving. So whenever we say about the charge, then we have two kinds of branches. Charge. Now it has two branches. One is electrostatics and second is electrodynamics. In electrostatics, here we study about the electric field, properties of charge, electric field, electric potential, and that your capacitors. This is our study material. The electrodynamics, here we study the electric current, the electric circuits, and the magnetic effect of current, etc. All these chapters come in the electrodynamics, where the charge is not stationary but the charge is moving. So here charge in motion, and here the charge at rest. So at rest we are having these electric properties that we have to study, and electrodynamics these are the electric properties, and so many other chapters that you will study in this one. So now I will take the frictional or static or drive electricity. This is the first topic of this electrostatics. So now when two suitable objects are rubbed with each other, they get electrified due to transfer of electrons from one object to other object. The object which loses electrons becomes positively charged and the object which receives the electrons becomes negatively charged. This charge this phenomenon is called frictional electricity. The charge is on the objects remain stationary, so it is named static electricity. Static electricity. Static electricity. It is also named trivo electricity. The term electricity has been derived from Greek language, from Greek word the electron, E-L-E-C, electron. Trivo, Trivo is also a Greek word which means friction. So this whole phenomenon is called frictional static or triboelectricity. Triboelectricity. And the body which loses the electron become positively charged, and the body which receives these electrons become negatively charged. So thus the electricity so produced is called the frictional electricity. When the objects are rubbed with each other, the electrons in outermost orbit of atoms get energy due to friction, due to work done against friction. The electrons leave the atom and the electron is transferred to other objects in contact. So what is happening here, that the objects, when they are rubbed with each other, the work is done amidst the friction, and the energy is so due to friction is taken by the electrons, and the electrons become excited. So these are the electrons which are in the outermost orbit of the atom, and these electrons leave the atom and goes to the other object which is in contact. So the object which receives the electrons becomes the negatively charged. So there are so many examples of this static friction or the frictional electricity. Examples: the dry comb rubbed with dry hair, the comb become positively charged and hair the negatively charged. Glass and silk etc. So suppose this we have a glass rod. This is the glass rod. This glass rod is rubbed with the. This is now suppose silk. This is glass rod. This is silk. Silk. So now what happens that electron goes from this to this one. So this becomes the positive charge. And this becomes the negative charge. This is the transfer of electron. Transfer of electron. Electron are transferred from glass rod to silk. So glass rod becomes positive charge and silk becomes negatively charged. Similarly, if we have the ebonite rod, this is suppose ebonite rod. This we have the cat's fur. This is cat's fur. Then the electron will transfer like this from cat's fur to ebonite rod. This is ebonite rod. So what happens that cat's fur become positively charged and this becomes negatively charged. So what is happening? This is a transfer of electron. Transfer of electron. So thus when electron are transferred from this to this one, then this becomes positively charged, this becomes negatively charged. And as a result, they have the force of attraction. Suppose this is we have taken, then this glass rod. This is suppose positively charged and this is now silk. Silk, this is negatively charged. Then what will happen? That these will attract to each other. Attraction. Attraction. Similarly, these will also attract to each other. This is now ebonite rod. This is ebonite. This is negatively charged. And this is cat's fur. This is cat's fur. Then they will attract to each other. Attraction. This is also attraction. So this kind of phenomena, which is in which the two objects feel the attraction of, or we have the repulsion. So if we suppose this is now silk and this is now your ebonite, then these are brought together, then they will repel to each other. So what we have? Suppose here we have the ebonite rod. This is ebonite rod. This is negatively charged. And this we have a silk. 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 This is negatively charged. And what will happen that they will repel to each other. So this force will be directed in this way. In this way. So this is now repulsion. This is repulsion. So when the similar charges are near to each other, then they repel to each other. When the dissimilar charges are near to each other, then they attract each other. So this phenomena was first time observed by the Thales about 600 BC. This phenomena was discovered by Thales in 600 BC. In 600 BC. The great Greek philosopher so this is very old phenomena. After that it was continued by the many scientists. In 1700 it was the Gilbert which continued this study, and then the Benjamin Franklin, which have Benjamin Franklin, who made very so many experiments about this frictional electricity, and he also found the what is the origin of the electricity in the clouds when there is the thunderstorm, and moreover he made some electrical instruments or these instruments also, like lightning conductor, which is also applied on some monuments and so many historical buildings to save them from the electric breakdown from the clouds. So now what is made in this one, that if suppose this transfer of electrons takes place from one body to another body, is there any change in their masses? What will be the effect of mass and what will be the effect of the charge? Suppose here we have a glass rod. Let n equal to number of electrons transferred from body A to body B. Suppose this we have a glass rod, this is the body A. This we have the body A, this is now glass rod. This is now silk. This is now silk. Then n number of electrons are transferred from this glass rod to silk. Then charge on the glass rod. Charge on glass rod is equal to plus Me. This is not positive because the electron will go from here, so this will become positively charged and this will become negatively charged. E the electronic charge and N the number of electrons transferred from body A to the body B. So charge on silk, this is equal to minus Ne, equal and opposite charges. So net charge is how much? Net charge, this is equal to 0. We sum up on this, then this will come out to be 0. So initially when there was no transfer of electrons, then they were not electrified, and so the net charge was 0. And after this phenomena, the net charge must also be equal to 0 according to law of conservation of charge. And now let us see that what will happen about the mass of these bodies. Let M equal to mass of body A and M dash equal to mass of body B. Then so many electrons are being transferred, n electrons. So mass of ME equal to mass of electron. So the mass of the body A will decrease because electron has gone from this A to body B. So decrease in mass of body A. Decrease in mass of body A. This is equal to M minus NME, or this we can name minus, this is N minus delta M. Delta M equal to so much, NME, where delta M equal to N into NE, and the increase in mass of body B equal to this is now your M dash plus NME. So this is now your M dash plus delta M. Now delta M is again equal to NME, so much. So what happens that when the two bodies are rubbed with each other and there is a transfer of electron, then the body which loses the electron will have less mass, and the body which gains the electron will have more mass. So mass of the body A will decrease and the mass of the body B will increase. So the amount by which the mass of A will increase, that is A will decrease, that is delta M, and similar so much amount will also increase on this body B. So thus when the electrons are transferred, then the masses of the body also change, and also we have the charges both of the bodies. The charge will be equal and opposite. The charge on both the bodies are equal and opposite. So net charge is 0. So this is what that when the two bodies are rubbed with each other, they get electrified. So this is because of the friction. Here the work is done at the cost of friction. So this energy is taken by the electrons which are present in the outermost orbit of the electrons, and these electrons leave the orbit and goes to the another object. So this is the reason that both these bodies are get electrified. So this is about the frictional electricity. There are so many examples in our daily life. I have given you some of here, and you can also see that when we put on or put off the silk clothes or woolen clothes, there is also the frictional electricity between the woolen or the silk and our body also. So this is about the frictional electricity. Thank you very much.